Hey everybody, Chris Bond 21 here, and welcome back to Let's Play Kingdom Hearts. This is episode 11. On the last episode, we made a quick detour back to Traverse Town to try to open up a new world map so that we could continue exploring the Disneyverse of worlds that exist in this game. And we ended up finding that we needed 2 sets of something called a navigational gummy that allowed us to open up a warp hole and bring us to the next world. Also, we ran into Riku, who is seemingly partnered up with Maleficent to find a certain something that he wants, but we don't know what that is just yet. We then locked the Traverse Town keyhole. We got into a rematch with the guard armor, which became opposite armor. And we delivered a book off to the sorcerer named Merlin that we'll be dealing with way later in the game. So we have arrived at our next world. Looks kind of familiar. It is Agrabah, which is based on Aladdin, which may just be the best Disney trilogy ever made, which I'll explain about after the following cutscene.
And the keyhole?
The Heartless are searching for it now. I'm certain we'll find it soon enough. So that just leaves...
Jafar! I've looked everywhere for Jasmine. She's disappeared like magic.
The girl is more trouble than she's worth.
You said you had things under control.
Agrabah is full of holes for rats to hide in. But why worry about Princess Jasmine? With her or without her, surely this world will be ours when we find the keyhole.
We need all 7 princesses of heart to open the final door. Any fewer is useless.
Well, if the princess is that important, we'll find her. Find Jasmine, and bring her to me at once.
Don't steep yourself in darkness too long. The heartless consume the careless.
Your concern is touching, but hardly necessary.
So, yep, as soon as we start off, we're immediately getting kicked by the Heartless that are in this area. So, Aladdin, best trilogy that Disney probably ever made. See, back in the day, Disney would make movies, and like I'm saying, this is mostly worlds based on the Disney Renaissance period, so anything from the 90s. So a lot of the 90s movies were made, and they were never really supposed to have sequels or anything, but every single movie pretty much from the 90s got a follow-up, like Pocahontas got a follow-up, I think Hercules got a prequel, Tarzan got a midquel, The Hunchback of Notre Dame got a sequel. Yeah, it was pretty much most of them did. Beauty and the Beast got 3 movies, but those were interquels, which were like taking place during the movie, which kind of ruined some of the events from the movie itself. It was weird, and continuity was all over the damn place. But Aladdin was kick-ass because it actually had like a full... It wasn't really like a trilogy, but there was like a reason for, oh my god, I'm gonna die. There was like a good reason for why there was a sequel, the way the first movie ended with like Jafar coming back in the sequel, and then there was the thing with Aladdin's father in the 3rd movie, and I really should have chosen last episode to pause the game for a bit and go level up. Might be doing that after I say goodbye to you guys today, because it looks like I'm not as good as I used to be. I used to be able to just walk through these guys. So, we're in Agrabah, and Jafar is looking for Princess Jasmine, so are we. Now, we could go find Jasmine, or we could go up here and get a jump on this. So we go into this pole, which takes us to a very familiar looking place. Definitely seen this before. Open up some chests in here. We got some scissors for the gummy ship. Again, don't know what the heck that is. Again, there's some weird... A lot of the chests in the game contain pieces of gummy ship blocks, which do nothing. So if you look here, the carpet is stuck under this cabinet thing. So let's move it and save the guy. He looks happy, I think. How do you know what the carpet is feeling, really? He has no face. The carpet flew off to the desert, but let's explore the city more. So technically, you're not supposed to do this first. You're supposed to go find Jasmine, but if you do this first, it'll make things a hell of a lot easier when we need to progress afterwards. So right about now, I'm just going to fight through these Heartless, and I'm going to make my way to Jasmine. So we walk through one area, and once you enter this place where we have like the four-way intersection here, we can't go any forward. We can't go anywhere else, so we have to go this way to the alley, which is weirdly labeled, unlike the place we were just in.
Who's there? Hello?
And that is the only speaking line that Jasmine has. Then it's all text. It's really weird, but I think they got the actual voice actress back to voice her. I am Jasmine. My father is the Sultan of Agrabah. So that makes you a princess. But he's been disposed by Jafar, who now controls the city. And this is a very interesting line. Disposed by Jafar. So disposed would mean that he's been taken away. Not killed, but the Sultan never appears in any Kingdom Hearts game. I don't know if that mobile game Kingdom Hearts Key has the Sultan in it, because that game tends to have some characters that weren't in the console games. But yeah, we never see the Sultan, so it makes me wonder if he's dead, because they never explain it. Jafar? You haven't heard of him? He's the royal vizier. He gained evil powers and seized Agrabah. He's desperately looking for something he calls the keyhole. Jafar caught me trying to escape, but he helped me. Who helped you? We were hiding nearby, but he left a while ago to take care of something. Oh, I hope Aladdin's alright.
Aladdin? Where might I find this street rat? Jasmine, allow me to find you more suitable company, my dear princess. These little rats won't do, you see.
Jasmine, run!
Ah, the boy who holds the key.
Yeah, so Jafar's going to leave us with the lovely barrage of... Barrage. I think barrage, not parade, barrage. That was a weird misspell of Heartless. Yeah, it's not really like a locked-in fight. So Jasmine's run off, and we need to keep progressing through. So at this point, that's it. You're supposed to leave Agrabah already. But to do that, you would need to free the magic carpet, which we did already. So we basically didn't really sequence break, but we just did something ahead. But first I want to open up this. So there's a lot of keyholes in Agrabah that open up all of these locked doors, and there's some cool little platforming stuff. You can jump on these things. They close if you stay on there for too long. And this basically creates shortcuts all through Agrabah. Agrabah's pretty small in this game. Kingdom Hearts 2 has a redesign of the map, which is a godsend because it's wide open and stuff, so it's really cool. But this one's very limiting. It's very narrow, and it's kind of more of a vertical stage because there's a lot of up in the air stuff like this. So there's this stuff here with the locked door. So yeah, we're unable to go anywhere else because that way is locked. If you see, I'm trying to inch to the edge. You see that's blocked off with the barrel. This thing is locked. So yeah, the goal here is to go into this place, which I don't think it's named. I think it's still question mark. Oh, it spoiled us now. So yes, that was Aladdin's house. And free the carpet. So once we've freed the carpet, we can leave and head back out into the desert. So if we head back here, we can head into the desert. It's not an exit map. I thought it was. When I first played this, I thought that's where like the entrance was. Like Olympus Coliseum has the doors. So I thought that this would be an easy way to get out. But nope, it leads us into the middle of the desert. Literally the middle of the desert, where we have to talk to Carpet. And there's a save point here. I'm going to save it real fast. I don't think I can equip anything. I want to just check that real fast. I don't think I have anything else. No, so my stats. Again, I might need to grind after this episode just to make things easier for myself. It wants us to come along. All aboard! And here we go, off into the desert. So it looks like we found Aladdin and Abu, and they seem to be in trouble. Let's give them a hand, shall we? So yeah, you gotta fight off some Heartless here. And save Aladdin. So yeah, like I was saying, the map changes in Kingdom Hearts 2. This part of the map stayed the same in regards to where we are now. But Agrabah was totally redesigned, which was a cool thing, because a lot of worlds came back for Kingdom Hearts 2, and they did a nice job of sort of remodeling them, and basically everything was rebuilt from scratch. Like, nothing was kept the same. None of the world's maps from the first game returned. So this is a pretty easy one. You get to fight these, I think they're called, I think they're called knights. I'm not 100%. It's really easy though.
Gosh, not again! Genie, get rid of these guys! Wish number one coming right up! see. Thanks, Sora.
Aladdin, what are you doing out here?
Same old stuff. Hunting legendary treasure. Just paid a visit to the Cave of Wonders. I found that magic carpet. And this lamp. Legend has it that whoever holds the lamp can summon...
Please, kid, leave the intros to a professional. The one and only Genie of the Lamp. Rub-a-dub-dub the lamp and have your dearest wishes granted. Today's winner is Aladdin. Congratulations. Patience, my fine feathered friend. Any 3 wishes. Oh, 1 wish, a 2 wish, a 3 wish. Then I make like a banana and split. Our lucky winner made his first wish.
And let me tell you what a doozy that wish was.
So he has 2 left. So, Master, what do you have for wish number 2?
How about making me a fabulously wealthy prince?
Whoa! Money, royalty, fame! Why didn't I think of that? Okay, you asked for it. 100 servants and 100 camels loaded with gold. Just say the word and I'll deliver it in 30 minutes or less, or your meal's free. Hey, I'll even throw in a cappuccino.
No thanks.
Okay.
I think I'll put that on hold until we reach Agrabah.
Oh, why a prince?
You see, there's this girl in Agrabah named Jasmine. But she's a princess. And she could never fall for a guy like me.
Jasmine?
Oh, that's right. She's in trouble, Aladdin.
What? Well, come on, let's get going.
So we're going to quickly change party members. Now, something I didn't address in Deep Jungle, which is something I could have, is that now that we're in the Disney worlds, we're kind of following the plots of the movies. I didn't really mention this. Wonderland is kind of an original thing to a degree, and Olympus Coliseum isn't really the Hercules line story, but Deep Jungle kind of followed the plot of Tarzan with, Clayton trying to find the gorillas and whatnot. And Aladdin is kind of the same thing, where this seems to be taking place parallel to the events of the movies. And going forward, what you're going to notice is it's not so much a retelling of the movie, but kind of a greatest hits thing mixed in with a bit of Kingdom Hearts originality, which is why I really like Kingdom Hearts in general, because it's a nice fusion. It's not just playing a movie-based game, it's kind of playing a sort of original/hybrid thing, which gives it its own identity, which is kind of cool. Also, on a side note there, you might have realized, or not have realized, is that Genie is unfortunately not voiced by the late Robin Williams, which would have been the best thing ever, but unfortunately Williams never got a chance to record his lines for the games. I think he was always busy or on tour or something, and I just realized I've been playing this game for 7 hours, and I'm not entirely sure how that's possible. Definitely fell asleep with the menu on the other night when I was recording again. Anyway, the side note there. So Williams never recorded any of the voiceovers in any of the Kingdom Hearts games, which kind of sucks. But he was replaced by Dan, I'm going to butcher this guy's last name, Dan Castanella, who voices Homer on The Simpsons. And Castanella actually voiced Genie in the second Aladdin movie, Return of Jafar, and the reason for that was technical issues with Robin Williams' contract and stuff. It's actually very fascinating. I suggest reading up on it if you're interested in it.
Fresh air, the great outdoors.
I guess you don't get out much, huh?
Comes with a job. Phenomenal cosmic powers, itty-bitty living space. It's always 3 wishes, then back to my portable prison. I'm lucky to see the light of day every century or 2.
Say, Genie, what if I use my last wish to free you from the lamp? What do you think?
You do that?
Genie, it's a promise. After we help Jasmine.
So we arrived back in Agrabah, and now you'll notice we can't go straight anymore. Yeah, so like I mentioned earlier, it's kind of a vertical level sort of thing, where it's not so much going straight. Because like I said, this is very tight, narrow, square spaces of level design. Not cool. Also, I hate big bodies. Have I mentioned how much I hate big bodies? I'm pretty sure I have, but I'm going to keep complaining about them until the end of the damn game, because I hate big bodies. Love them in the other games because there's great reaction commands on how to kick their ass without actually having to go around them. So it's amazing, but yep, this is flippin' annoying. I hate it with like a burning passion. You can't hit them, you can't get around to them. Everything else is great. I love just going up and hitting an enemy, but that I guess they figured up. This is some skill. It's going around the back that's hardly considered a perfect strategy. Alright, so yeah, now you have to climb up some things. So you got to jump over here and head through here to back to the alley. So you'll notice we're back to where that keyhole was. And I don't believe we can go down. I think yep, it's blocked. So we can't go back out that way. So we're going to have to hop along, get onto the thing. And I'm going to quickly dodge roll out the way. The next boss that we're going to fight in a little bit to end off the episode is kind of a pain, and I hope I don't die. Fingers crossed. So you got to go, technically, there's a way you have to go, but the only way it'll trigger it, there's something you have to do first in order to trigger the next bit of the game. Again, annoying, and they don't make this clear. This is yet another part. I should be making a counter of how many times this is, where you can't easily ascertain as to what the game wants you to do, and it's kind of a little bit up to guesswork. So yeah, you got to come here because this is now open, the bazaar, and there's a keyhole that we have to unlock to get to the palace. But again, it's not entirely clear that we are supposed to do that. So this is why, and this is something I'll bring up if we Let's Play Kingdom Hearts 2. There's a reason for why that game I don't like one major thing about it, which is its hand-holding. Where it tells you exactly where to go, exactly what to do. Oh, I learned guard. I can't wait to show you guys guard. It's one of my favorite moves in the game. I will show it to you once I get my menu cleared and I can go into my abilities. I'll take off Sonic Blade because I'm not really using it as much as I ever do. So I think that should be it. Okay, I'm going to actually equip that real fast. So yeah, I'm going to get rid of Sonic Blade, remove, and guard. I love guard. Guard is awesome. I'll get back to what I was talking about in a second, but guard is amazing. So real quick before we do anything else, if enemies are coming at you and hitting you, and this goes for bosses and random heartless and anything, all you got to do is press square, and Sora is going to do this move, this guard move. Aladdin, you're blocking my shot. You just do this, and Sora guards, and it's awesome because it can stagger them and give you a free hit. You can stop a bunch of really powerful moves. If you don't use guard, you really limit yourself on like how much easier this game can get, because if you really master it, you can block a lot of incoming attacks and have a lot of fun with it. Even on some of the harder bosses near the late game, it's pretty useful. I love guard. Guard is amazing. So yeah, like I was saying, Kingdom Hearts 2 streamlined it to where like there was a ticket taper thing on top of the screen that explained where to go, and it was so annoying, and I hated it because it was like text was like in red. It was like doing that Legend of Zelda thing where like they highlight text when it's something you should be paying attention to. I hate that. So we got to open up this gate that was locked in the other room. That will lead us to the palace gates. Now, I'm going to show it off real quick, and this is going to be the perfect example of how messed up Kingdom Hearts 1 can be in terms of its progression and not exactly explaining things on what to do. So I'm going to head back up real fast. We're almost at the tail end of this episode. It is going a little over 20, but I think we'll just make it. There's a lot to do in the next episode, so I don't really want to build it all into one. So yeah, this is to the palace gates. So we arrive here, and there's nothing here. Nothing happens. And you might think, well, what was the point? Maybe you got to go back somewhere. So here's what you have to do. The game doesn't tell you this. You have to go back to Aladdin's house. So there's actually a secret way over here too. Not really a secret way, but there's an alternative way to get it if you don't want to climb up the blocks. And you need to trigger this cutscene. So Jafar is after Jasmine in this keyhole. Keyhole, eh? I could have swore I heard about that somewhere before. Really? Where? Now, where was it? It's only been 200 years. Well, anyway, we've got to stop Jafar before it's too late. So you need to trigger that cutscene. If you don't trigger it, this won't happen. So now if I jump out here, I'm going to fall back on the floor probably. Yeah, but I will run around, get back up on the blocks, and head back to the palace gates where we just exited. And wait, jump it up. Ow, that hurt me from behind. And now watch what's going to happen. And boom, we have a cutscene. So yes, if you didn't go back into Aladdin's house, which mind you, maybe you would have. Nothing really told you to do that, but you could have. This will never trigger. So this is another part where it's not exactly clear what you got to do. There's one more section, 2-3 worlds later, that we're going to get to. That's a big one on how it's not very clear what you need to do and why I think they changed it for the sequels. Again, I'm torn at this mechanic. I like that they kind of made you do it on your own and you could figure things out and explore, which is again what games should be. It shouldn't be holding your hand. But at the same time, a little less crypticism here. It didn't really make it clear that you should go back to Aladdin's house, and trust me, when we talk about that other thing that happens later, it's going to be sort of the same thing. So you can jump down to trigger it, or you can just do this. I love doing that, just walking onto the left.
Setting your sights a little high, aren't you, boy? Back to your hole, street rat. I will not allow you to trouble the princess anymore.
Jasmine!
I'm so sorry, Aladdin.
Genie, help Jasmine, please.
One wish left. You're making this really easy, you know?
So sorry, boy. I'm afraid your second wish has been denied.
Huh?
I'm sorry, Al.
And now, I bid you all farewell. Attack!
So yep, we have another boss fight here, and I'm going to heal real fast. And I didn't show this off, and I quickly skipped it in the last episode, but at the end of Traverse Town, we got the spell called Area. And it's a pretty good idea to put that on right about now, because Aerial Axe, I know it doesn't look like it did anything, but it is a defense spell, which allows you to take less damage. Now this is the Pot Centipede, and he is a pain in the butt for a lot of reasons. He has a lot of weird ranged attacks, and you also have different areas that you can hit him on. You can destroy his body, which is pots, which doesn't give you health orbs anymore. Now you just get money, and I'm gonna die, so I have to be careful. Again, even I know it doesn't look like I'm in the red, but one good hit and I will die. Now I'm doing pretty good right now. Aereo did help. I'm gonna move away for just a second and heal up. So he will do this thing where he's gonna move into another room. This is another cool fight that takes place in different areas. Like the whole map is which is kind of cool that they were able to program that all in. But what you can do is you can defeat the body, and that's kind of the best thing to do, is to defeat his body and stay away from him. When his tentacles look like that in the red when he's going between rooms, that's gonna hurt. And if you hit him when he's red like that and he's jumping between rooms, you're gonna have a bad time. So what you want to do is just wail on his head when it pops off if you defeat the body, and then try to stay away from him because he has these range moves. You see that, like he's moving around the tentacles, and I'm stuck in the corner, I'm stuck in the corner. Heal real fast. And it's not always a good sign when he does that. See, like right now I think he's moving between rooms. Yeah, so if I go next to him, I think it's gonna hurt. I don't want to try it. I'm afraid. It's like I want to try it to show you guys, but at the same time I don't want to die, so I'm really trying not to. And I got him. So that wasn't that bad. I actually thought that fight was going to be a lot worse. This fight can give me some trouble in the past, so I'm glad that went by pretty smooth. And we got Ray of Light.
Jasmine! To the desert! Come on, let's move!
And that will do it for this section of the episode. Yeah, I'm going to end it off here. Head back into the main street thing real fast. But yeah, I'm going to end off the episode here. And next time, when we come back, we are going to journey back into the desert and head to the Cave of Wonders and figure out what Jafar's endgame plan is and see if we can rescue Jasmine. So thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I hope to see you on the next part.